ever felt tired because you could only write 200 words a day? Disappointed because you're coming down with imposter syndrome? Well, I have just the thing for you.
This fantastic, plot-twisting, knock your stubbornest character's socks off video.
Disclaimer, this is the advice that works for me, and it may not work for you, so do what you think is personally best. Today I'm diving into the tips and tricks that keep this part-time writer inspired, because school and work can get busy and sometimes we don't give our writing the appreciation it deserves. Now, because I love poetry and fiction, I've taken writing courses for those very things at my university. I've read craft books from Save the Cat Writes a YA Novel to my personal favorite, Ron Carlson Writes a Story. A quick reminder before we get started. Sometimes stepping away from a project helps you to recharge. So have a cup of tea, eat that candy hiding in your pantry, or watch a movie and get inspired. You don't have to start writing away if you're not motivated to write. Okay, let's get into the tips. Be specific. For example, if you're writing a poem about friendship, don't just say the starry sky or the long forgotten memories. And I'm giving an abridged version, but yes, I wrote something along those lines in my poetry class. This can also apply to novels. If it's your intention, be personal. Did the speaker and their ex-bestie sit on the couch and watch 2 episodes of Bridgerton every Thursday? Did the speecher bleach their hair wearing their matching camping shirt from their junior year summer camp because they didn't care about preserving it anymore? Sometimes we write words that achieve the same meaning. For example, his hands ached with fatigue. Instead, just say his hands ached. Aching insinuates fatigue. Or you could even achieve something better by... Future Alyssa, please put the example here. For me, this helps me become more confident in my writing, and it scratches that itch in my brain and stops me from feeling tempted to do the forbidden, aka going back and editing my draft even though I haven't finished the novel or haven't finished writing the novel yet. Paragraph rhythm and music. There's a really great image that helps me write, and I often go back to it and reference it. I'll probably put it right here. That would be funny if future me edited it over here. But it kind of goes like this. This is a longer sentence, a short one. Basically, varying the sentence length, especially by referencing that example, has prevented me from thinking, this isn't flowing enough to get me excited about my story. And I know people say do short choppy sentences for action and longer ones for less action-intensive scenes, but authorTube has taught me that it's okay to have those long sentences. Sentences have periods and periods mark stoppage. So sometimes scenes like future me put in the example will help the reader imagine a scene in a more fluid yet consecutive way. And I'm not saying this will be the best solution all the time, but it's there. So use it if you will. Okay, now world building in multiple ways. My favorite way to world build is by adding more about the world as the characters walk through it and interact with it, instead of having long John Steinbeck-like chapters with lots of scene setting. This is just what works for my story, but it may be different for yours though. To elaborate, when I say world building with the characters, I mean them getting their trousers caked with the mud from the Mogwater Forest, or actually talking to other characters about their kingdom or part of their world. An abridged example from my own writing. At first, when I was in my introductory fiction class, I had written, the kingdom is a magical place with 10,000 citizens and very strict rules. Instead of doing that, my teacher taught me that I can use a character and what they say to tell the story. For example, I can have a mage character or a citizen character or a vendor character say, man, this kingdom is so packed with rules and regulations and so many people, I cannot catch a break.
This is something that I used to forget, It can be tempting to write your character rising from the ashes of adversity and realizing, for example, that they can indeed trust anyone or that they don't need to prove their worth by saving the world in the middle of your story. To talk about that a little more, in my first draft, I tended to write realizations that were closed. They weren't open-ended and didn't leave room for the character to grow throughout the rest of the story.
You, the author, know that the characters still have a journey ahead of them, so what's left to learn if you do that? I'll tell you a potential solution. Don't do that. Ask yourself, is there a middle ground that can advance my character toward that ending lesson, also known as that character truth or need, without taking away from the excitement? For example, if you're writing a character whose main flaw is that they trust no one, that's awesome, keep up the good work with the character. If something moving happens midway through your story, have them take a step back or forward, or go through a stage. Are they having flashbacks to their past? Are they hesitant? Do they actually want to trust but are too afraid to? A good compromise here would perhaps be to have them trust reluctantly and slowly. The yes but and no and trick might come in handy for this. For me, it helped ensure my characters aren't having too much fun, but at the same time, they aren't being tortured. Okay, that marks the end of today's writing tools video. Whether you're a newbie writer like me or a not so newbie writer, hopefully this video will help you walk away with some writing weapons of your own. If you like this video and want me to make more like it, let me know. Poke that like button shoulder and tell them hi, and strike that subscribe. Bye. Woo. Goodbye. 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 Woo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh my gosh. That works. Thanks, chair, for going down. And and strike that subscribe. This is my left hand. Bye.